Oh my goodness. This is the fourth time that I've tried to record this video. Have you ever tried so hard at something and you keep failing, so you just feel like you want to cry? Well, I'm okay, I don't want to cry, but I am frustrated. But I'm not giving up because I did not just spend like 45 minutes trying to record a video just to give up. I haven't gotten any sleep last night. I'm repeating myself because this is the fourth time that I've said this. I haven't gotten any sleep last night. So I'm sleep deprived. I'm dehydrated. I just got out the shower and well, not just because it's been like an hour now, but I was detangling my hair and wetting it, drenching it like I described in my last video. And I started thinking about how a lot of women don't love their hair in its natural state. And when I say natural state, I mean shrunken, undefined, no curls, no coils, no perm rod sets, no twist outs, no braid outs, no flexi rod sets. This video is going to be kind of rushed because I'm tired of repeating the same thing for the fourth time. And the last video was so good. The first time I recorded it, there was some annoying background noise. The second time I recorded it, I tried flipping my phone so that it would be horizontal, but that looked weird. The third time, the end of the video, the sound cut off. I don't know what happened. I didn't change anything. Okay. Wearing your hair in its natural state. A lot of women don't feel comfortable doing that. And so I wanted to share some tips about how I learned to accept my hair in its natural state. Fully natural state. Shrunken and everything. It's funny because I just had a religious convention and one of my friends, she complimented me on my hair and she was like, "Your hair looks so nice. You're wearing a fro." I thought that comment was so funny. Yes, I was wearing a fro. And I think a lot of other women should wear their fros too. Okay, tips on how to love your hair. Or one tip, because it's really just one main point. Well, no, there's a couple of other points, but like side points. We've been conditioned to believe for our entire lives by the media, by our family, by our families, by friends, by pretty much everyone, that beautiful hair is straight, long, silky. That's it. That kinky hair is undesirable. That it's hard to manage. That it's not beautiful. But all of those are lies. And I'm going to get a little personal here because I think this will really drive my point home. I grew up in a very toxic, abusive environment, and I was told, constantly made to believe that I'm ugly, that, oh man, I better not, no, I'm not getting emotional. There's nothing wrong with getting emotional. I just don't want it to interfere with my video because I'm not recording this again. I was made to believe that I was ugly, that I was lazy, that I was spoiled, that I was too sensitive, that I was selfish. I was about to say self-centered and selfish at the same time. That I was selfish. And I'm going through therapy now, and I'm healing, and I realized that all of those things were lies. And So I had a decision to make. Am I going to continue to believe those lies and continue to criticize myself in my head and tell myself these things or act like they're true? Or am I going to fight against it and force myself to start thinking the opposite? One of the pieces of advice that my mom, not my biological mom that abused me, but the mom that took me in, a woman took me in, and I view her as my mom. I call her my forever mom. My other mom's my birth mom. This one's my forever mom. And she gave me advice, and she said, you need to start doing positive self-talk. And I didn't really like that idea. Because I thought it was weird. I was like, I don't want to talk to myself. That's weird. But it works. It works a lot. And she tells me, or she would tell me, she doesn't have to tell me anymore because I do it on my own now. But she told me to go into a mirror and to tell myself things that are positive, that are the opposite of what I've been taught to believe. So I would go in the mirror and I would say, I'm confident, I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'm creative, I'm deserving of love, I accept myself, I love myself, etc., etc. And even if I didn't believe all of those things, which I didn't believe all those things at the time, but the more I said it, the more I started to believe it, and now I do believe that I'm beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of other things that I need to work on believing, but at least I got a few things down. I think the same concept can be applied to natural hair. If you're feeling like you don't like the way your hair looks on a particular day, if your hair looks too nappy, like your curls didn't set the way you wanted it to, if it got frizzy, if now it's an afro, if it shrunk up on you, instead of telling yourself that that's not beautiful or allowing yourself to believe that that's not beautiful, fight against that negative way of thinking and tell yourself, no, my natural hair is beautiful in its shrunken state, in its undefined state. My natural hair is beautiful no matter what. And even go in front of a mirror if you have to and look at your hair. And that sounds cheesy, but it works. Look in a mirror and tell yourself that your hair is beautiful and that you love your hair. And over time, you'll start to believe it. And I know that there are people that say negative things to you to discourage you from wearing your natural hair. And I think that just requires coming up with a bunch of witty remarks to pretty much shut them down. Fortunately, I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to deal with that. So yeah, I can't really give much advice on that except just ignore them. Because usually when people say stuff like that, it's because they're uncomfortable with themselves. It has nothing to do with you. So yeah, tell yourself that your natural hair is beautiful. And another piece of advice I would give is to force yourself to wear your natural hair out. Now this is very controversial, so I'm just saying that this is my opinion. But I don't believe that a person can truly appreciate and love their natural hair if they don't feel comfortable wearing it in its fully natural state. And a lot of protective styles, well, all protective styles prevent us from doing that. It wasn't until I forced myself to wear my hair in its natural state that I started to appreciate it and love it. The more you wear your hair out, the more you'll get used to it. The more you'll learn how to care for it, the more you'll appreciate it, and the more you'll love it. And realize that you don't have to change it into something else for it to be considered beautiful. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh, did I address? See, when you record stuff 4 times, you don't remember what you said, what you didn't. If I didn't say it, let me say it real quick. Because I'm not editing this video. Separate. Accept the idea that your value as a person is not dependent on what your hair looks like. It has nothing to do with how beautiful you are, how talented you are, how intelligent you are, how kind you are, your ability to love. It has nothing to do with that. And once you separate that, your hair, no matter what it looks like, it doesn't change your worth as a human being, as a person. And I probably already said that. But you know what? I'm tired. I just can't do this no more. No, I'm just messing. This is what happens when you're sleep deprived. You get silly. Well, I get silly. And I think it's kind of funny how I'm wearing this Tweety Bird shirt, trying to be deep and spread some knowledge. I hope those tips helped. Oh, and if you don't agree with me about the protective style comment, at least keep it respectful in the comments, because if you don't, I will block and delete your comment. I can disagree with someone and have a conversation with them, but I can't tolerate vulgarity, insults, just overall rudeness. I won't tolerate it. Yeah. And protective styles do have their place. I think a lot of them are beautiful. But I think if a person's relying on them most of the time, how can they appreciate their hair in its natural state if they're always wearing it altered and they don't feel comfortable wearing it? Now, if you feel comfortable wearing your hair in its shrunken natural state and you just choose to wear protective styles because it's less work, even though, you know, that's another video, because I was going to say that the more you wear your hair out, the less work that it'll become. That's a different video. You just like the look of it, the protective style. But if you took the wig off, you took the braids out, you'd feel perfectly fine rocking your shrunken, undefined natural fro. Then I'm not talking about you, if you fit into that category. Yeah. Alright. I'm done. This video doesn't have as beautiful an ending as the last video did, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye.